So, Thinking Man's Thursday. And for those of you who are wondering why I took so long to say anything, that was for one of my supporters who pointed out recently that I hesitated a little too long doing the tap, and he wasn't comfortable with it. Yeah, I can't always guarantee that I'll do the tap, because some days I run out of smokes. But if I've got a cigarette, it's gonna get tapped at some point during the video. I promise. But today's Thinking Man's Thursday. We'll talk about, well, being that it's the 1st of June, let's talk about pride. No, not that kind. Actual pride. Pride in your appearance. Pride in your accomplishments. Pride in your ethnicity. Pride in your heritage. Yeah, actual, legit, honest pride. And not the sinful kind either. I know I have Christian followers who will probably be angry, or at least, I didn't realize I had a mark there, at least slightly upset that I'm talking about pride. But let me just alter my setup here. I think that will do. There we go. No, the pride I'm talking about is not hubris, which is... just a second. I've made the mistake of leaving my notifications on, and, well, Discord is pestry, to say the least. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. But the sort of pride I'm talking about isn't hubris. It isn't pride without purpose, or pride without evidence. There's a rather large bee just outside the door. I'm not allergic, I just think they're cool. How the hell do those things fly? And I do understand that hubris and pride are generally synonymous, but in my case, I have the connotation that hubris is pride that doth goeth before a fall, whereas pride is the motivator that gets you up in the morning to take care of yourself, to wash your face, to put on clean clothes, things of that nature. The same pride that will drive you to accomplish things so that you feel that sense of accomplishment, that sense of pride in your achievements. And while many people will... well, there is a potential downside to it too, and I do apologize, I'm doing this somewhat flow of consciousness. But there is a potential downside too. If your sense of achievement, sense of pride, comes from only passing ephemeral things, such as, I beat Skyrim, and I've beaten Skyrim like a bunch. I'm not proud of it in that sense. I do take a certain feeling of achievement in it because it is something that I did accomplish. But do I compare it to things like setting up this shed? Fuck no, because setting up this shed provides me with a basis to do something more. Beating Skyrim just means, okay, I entertained myself for X number of hours. And the ability to entertain oneself is not necessarily something to be completely discounted. But, yeah, it's not the same as accomplishing something important. And I'm sorry, if you're a gamer and you take offense to me saying that finishing a game isn't important, grow up. And don't get me wrong, I love gaming. I absolutely love it. But I take no more pride in that than I do the fact that I'm a Star Wars geek. It doesn't add anything to my life other than enriching my imagination and entertaining me. That said, there is a certain degree of pride to be taken from it in that, having enjoyed that particular enrichment of my imagination, it fires my ability to be inspired to do other things. For example, Star Wars actually did inspire me to start fencing, which is great exercise. It also inspired me to start meditating, which is great mental exercise, and has a positive effect on my life. So, yeah, Not necessarily proud of the actual Star Wars thing, but proud of the things that it caused me to accomplish. Absolutely. Um, as far as hubris goes, if you buy a BMW, be proud of the fact that you made the money to afford a BMW. Absolutely. Don't be proud of the fact that you're driving a BMW simply because you're driving a BMW. Your status symbols are meaningless. Truly. And I have talked about this before, the feeling of accomplishment and achievement being so fulfilling by itself that it should give you a sense of pride. Um, for example, building something beautiful should fill you with pride because not only have you created something that will endure beyond you, ideally, but you've added something positive, something beautiful to the world. It's a good thing, in my opinion. Just listening to the seagulls, sorry, got a little distracted. But when it comes to your heritage, you should absolutely be proud of where you came from as well, whether it's your ethnicity or your heritage. As an ethnic Newfoundlander, I'm incredibly proud of the men who came before me, who conquered this land and claimed it for their own, and then didn't just say, okay, I'm going to make this like where I came from. They made themselves people who came from this place. Uh, my diet when I was a kid, and even now, includes a lot of native food. Um, you should go away, Mr. B. Hopefully the smoke will drive you out. But Newfoundlanders have integrated into the environment of this place to such an extent that we are a new ethnicity, and it's something to be proud of. Now, would I necessarily be proud of the fact that I won't say that because it's not on Rumble, and it was getting dangerously based. But we'll move along. But yeah, you should absolutely take pride in your accomplishments. And you should absolutely have pride in your appearance. And pride in your appearance and pride in your accomplishments are different senses of pride. You can be proud of who you are, in that you were responsible for, at least partially, building your identity. Generally, your identity is heavily informed and influenced by those around you when you're younger and as you get older. What you should not do is tell someone else that they shouldn't have pride. For example, I've seen loads of black pride, native pride, Quebecer pride, French pride, Ontario pride, Alberta proud, things like that. And that's fine. But yet white pride is wrong. And this isn't intended as an attack on anyone else. This is intended to deal with only my own specific ethnicity and race. What is so wrong about being proud to be white? Why does the media, why does society in general, or at least what we perceive to be society in general, if we haven't actually taken the time to step outside of it, why does the mainstream, we'll go with the mainstream, why does the mainstream believe that it's not right to be proud to be white? I don't know. But there is clearly some form of erasure or attack being perpetrated on white folk, gingers especially. And for whatever reason, be it a globalist conspiracy or simply an overindulgence in the tolerance cult, telling people that they shouldn't be proud of anything is a bad choice. Telling people they shouldn't be proud of who they are is a terrible choice. you should absolutely be proud of who you are. Because, or if, rather than because, if it encourages you to be a better example of that type of English, of that type of person. If, for example, you can be a proud redneck, by all means. Rednecks are some of the most innovative and dedicated and hardworking people going. By all means, be proud to be a redneck. The same is true for Newfoundlanders. We are some of the most hardworking, dutiful people going. And yet, if I were to walk down the road wearing a shirt that said white pride, or proud to be white, I'd be accused of racism. Peculiar, isn't it? Anyway, guys, I'll leave you with that thought. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you continue to have good days. And rise again until lambs become lions. Bye-bye.